Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, my beautiful pen friends, and welcome to another video with your host, Andrew. And you join me on a beautiful summer's afternoon here in England. So, just shortly, I have received in the post, and apologies before actually I do go on, I haven't created any content in about a week, and I think going forwards I'm just going to try and keep them to about a week to bi-weekly basis, these videos. Just purely because I can put a lot more time in terms of the production value. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the actual review for today, which is a Maiora pen. So what we've got here, a very big thank you from Isods, and a very nice little message from Roy, I think. So can't read the handwriting too well, but I think it says, "Thanks, Andrew. Something, and stay safe." Still learning to read some forms of cursive handwriting. As a loyal customer, we'd like to offer you 5% off your next purchase made via Isods. So I'll certainly be taking advantage of that. So if you are ordering from Isods, you receive a Christmas present. How beautiful is that? You know, it's those little things which really puts a company apart from another. Just like when I received my pen from Santini, getting it gift wrapped, it really does make the experience of purchasing from a company a much more enjoyable and pleasant one. So let's unbox this, unwrap this first, and then I shall show you what we have. Now, normally I'll be quite careful to do my unwrapping, but this will be going in the bin regardless, so sorry. Okay, so here we go. We've got a Maiora pen here today, and you'll see these in a close-up in a moment. Unbox this. Nope. We've got the box, and then before we get into the pen, we've got a Maiora writing culture, which is the Terre Oversize, and interestingly, it's the same price as the normal size, so that is fantastic. Then we've got the instruction manual, and just gives you a little bit of information about the pen. It would be quite nice if there was actually some other pictures of the pens in the range, but that might be on the inside. So we will have a look at that in a moment. Right, so to unbox the pen, we just take off the elastic, take this off, and here we go. There's nothing else on the inside, and there we go, we've got the pen. Okay, before we get into the meat and bones of doing this review, I'm just going to give you a little bit of history on Maiora. It's only very brief. Maiora is a sister company to Nettuno, which is from the brainchild of Nino Marino. He is one of the co-founders of the Delta Pen Company, which unfortunately went into administration just a few years back. Anyway, from those ashes, Leonardo was born from Salvatore Matroni, who is the son of Ciro, and then on the other side you've got Nino Marino, who then went on to form Nettuno. Well, didn't form it, but gave it some rebirth, and then the Maiora Pen Company. So that is a little bit of a background on the company. Now onto the pen itself. We have got the Maiora Impronte Terre. Apologies if I've completely butchered that, but on the top we've got a nice conical top. Tapers down beautifully with quite a sharp sort of bezel there to a T-shaped clip. Then comes down to a gold ring. Then comes down, nice sort of gradual step down, very nice and smooth bevel there. Then down onto the main barrel where we've got another gold ring. Then on the side we've got Maiora, handmade in Italy, with the numbered edition, which is 251 for this pen. Comes all the way down, and then we've got a blind cap, which I can take off, and that reveals the cartridge converter. Beautiful. Okay, before I take the cap off, the material is actually a lot more red in person, which I prefer, and it's got blue veins going through, so it's sort of like a stone chip design, and I feel that maybe it's sort of almost volcanic in sort of structure with the blues going through. Obviously volcanoes aren't blue, but you get what I mean with those sort of veins. Anyway, let's take off the clip, have a look under the hood. Okay, so we've got a medium gold plated nib. It's actually a steel nib, so just golden colour. Very beautiful. I did actually order it with a fine nib, however, it wasn't in stock. And to cut a long story short, I hopefully should be getting from Roy a fine nib in the post soon, which will be my preferred writing style, as my handwriting is quite small. So let's just undo the section. We've got standard cartridge converter with Maiora made in Italy. Very nice. And then coming to the top, I forgot to mention we have got a Yovo nib with a plastic feed, which is actually my preference over Bock. I find that if you look at the profile of these, they're a little bit more slender, and I just generally prefer how they write. So without further ado, let's go on to doing a writing example, and then after that I'm going to do a drawing sample. So please come over and follow me in the next section.
Okay, well, welcome to the writing sample, and I don't normally do these, just usually because I'm a little bit self-conscious of my handwriting. It's something which I'm dramatically trying to improve. Now, I know I might be worrying for no reason whatsoever, but anyway, on with the show. I'm just going to write out the famous quick brown fox. I'll give you a little bit of line variation, and then we will move on to doing some drawing today, which will be actually some sort of ornate leaf designs, which will be done in a random pattern. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and again, please do forgive my handwriting, but hopefully you'll get an understanding of how this pen actually writes.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that writing and drawing sample. As I say, my handwriting's not the best. I am practicing and hopefully one day I will improve. Spencerial is something which I would like to have a go at doing at some stage. Right, so what do I think of this Maiora Impronte Terre Oversize pen? It's lovely, it really is. The blue veins going in between the copper and the reds and the browns. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And when you turn it, you can just see it sort of reflecting in the light. Absolutely fantastic. It's a good writing experience. Wasn't out of the box though. Unfortunately, when I received the pen, it was writing very dry. So I reached out to both Roy at Isords and Nino, who both gave me some suggestions. Roy said try and write with it for a few days because the Ovo nibs are known for having to have some run-in. So didn't need to do that. Nino said flush it out. So I did that, flushed it out with some fairy liquid or washing up liquid, or any named brand, and now it's writing much better. It does seem a little bit dry at times when first writing with it. Whether that is to do with the seal in here, I don't know. Maybe an inner cap would be wonderful in the future. I do know that can increase the production costs, and maybe that is something where you need to have more specialised machinery. I don't know. But it is a nice pen. It is, and it does write perfectly. Now, on the subject of nibs, I'm not going to rant too long because I may actually do another video on this more in depth in the future. Should it write out of the box? Well, this is a commonly asked question amongst a lot of reviewers. Yes, of course it should write out of the box. But when you're trying to produce a high volume and number of pens for worldwide distribution, sometimes your quality control will slip, especially when you're in a very small company. Is that excusable? Well, that is down to your personal preference. But what has been fantastic, and I can't praise Nina enough, is his support in actually trying to get the pen to write. So I hope that proved useful, and again, that really does reiterate the point, and I know I can't say this enough, it does really reiterate the point, I'll get my words out today. Customer service really is what keeps the fountain pen business going. I have had mixed responses from companies in the past, but if my pen's not writing properly, I can forgive it to a point, as long as that customer service, sorry, stuttering over words now, probably need food, but as long as that customer service is spot on, I can forgive a nib for not working properly. You know, it's like buying a car. Sometimes there's like a niggle on a new car. As long as the customer service is there in the garage to rectify the issue, then yeah, that's fine. That's fantastic even. So Nino, thank you for creating a beautiful pen. Roy, thank you for sending this pen out so quickly, and a thanks in advance for the fine nib. So that's it for this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe and bye bye for now.